Hello, trusty viewer. It is I, Tony Stark, the one and only Iron Man. Today, I'm going to tell you about the time I realized it's not the size of your team or the size of your teammates that make a team great. It's working together and making the best of a bad situation that matters. This is the story of the Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest. Let's roll the tape. So there I was, fixing up the Avengers headquarters in the aftermath of our most recent clash with Ultron. Some of the Avengers had gotten annoyed with moi and were on vacation, so to speak. Par for the course, am I right? Anyway, the current team was a trio consisting of Thor, Hawkeye, and yours truly.
This is all of us.
If you're wondering if the rest of the gang and I ever made up and became friends again, the answer is yes, but that's a story for another time. I jerry-rigged Cap's old radio to pick up the local news, and apparently some guy named Absorbing Man was attacking a shield transport downtown.
Reinforced shield-level steel? Don't mind if I do.
Ah, so it's not just a clever name, it's a literal one.
Ooh.
Anyway, we swiftly dealt with Mr. Sponge and his girlfriend Titania, but the local news wasn't impressed.
So it took 3 Avengers to barely stop Absorbing Man and Titania. I mean, we're not talking world threats like Thanos or Hyperion here.
She was right, we were a hot mess, falling apart at the seams. I had to suffer the indignity of taking a taxi. Can you believe it? Me, in a taxi. Even Thor was starting to lose it. That's when I got the brilliant idea. No, not going a picnic, I was looking for someone. And all of a sudden, these guys showed up. That's right, goons who work for AIM. You know, those hooligans who worship M.O.D.O.K and have terrible, terrible aim. See, we're literally just standing there in a wide open park. Anyway, my suit malfunctioned at the worst possible moment, teeing up one of those dorks to finally land a direct hit when suddenly my guys showed up. That's right, Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man. Alright, so let's fast forward a bit. Turns out AIM stole Ant-Man's infamous Pym Particles, so he offered to help patch up my suit in exchange for helping him get them back. It was a win-win. So he shrunk us down to the size of pebbles, and we went to his secret lab inside. Get this, an ant colony. I kid you not, you can't make this stuff up. That's where I met Joey. It was interesting.
Hey, how you doing, Tone?
He's like Jarvis, but interesting.
You could tell this computer program was a real New Yorker.
Forget about it, Tone. I'm all over this.
Anyway, got me up and running again, barely, and we took a ride on Ant-Man's flying ants to track the Pym Particles. Turns out they were inside a semi carrying Mr. Big Head himself, M.O.D.O.K. Go figure. Suddenly, something inside the truck made it go tumble before this happened. I need to watch that again, you know, just to make sure I'm not imagining it. M.O.D.O.K, you might want to get that checked out. There we go, that's better. More symmetrical, at least.
Now, I am finally powerful enough to defeat you alone!
Now he's got a body to match his ginormous head and his gargantuan arrogance. Problem was, the more he got zapped, the bigger he got. Oh, look, an amusement park, how fun! Though I'm sure that's way more amusement than any of those folks signed up for. Wait, what are they still doing there? Run! That's not animatronic, his head is literally that huge. Alright, so while Ant-Man had his swarm of enlarged flying ants attack M.O.D.O.K, Hawkeye and I flew into his ear, working our way into his inner brain to collect Pym Particles via bow and arrow. I know, it sounds crazy, but just go with me here. Of course, my suit malfunctioned again at the worst possible moment, forcing us to improvise as always. And by improvise, I mean Thor tased me by a cable wire which strung up like Christmas lights directly into M.O.D.O.K's brain. And it worked! Somehow, this zany, madcap idea worked and M.O.D.O.K started to shrink. But of course, then I had about 10 seconds to hightail it out of there before being crushed into atomic dust by M.O.D.O.K's mutant earwax. Phew, that was a close one. Needless to say, we, aka the good guys, prevailed, proving once again that a little ingenuity and some help from your friends can go a long way. No matter what size they are.